Co-presented by Parul University, Vadodara, Gujarat.
Co-presented by
आपका जॉय भारत का जॉय जॉय ई-बाइक।
Our top story tonight, we're weeks away from the Delhi election and it's become an AAPda versus Ashirwad fight in the national capital. Disaster versus blessings. Prime Minister Narendra Modi kicked off BJP's mission Delhi with a big AAPda attack. Wordplay on the word AAP at the Delhi government, accusing it of failing in governance. Arvind Kejriwal, hours later in a press conference, countered the PM's attack with a 3-point AAPda counter at the BJP. What's clear is that the stage is set for a heated battle in Delhi.
आपदा को हटाना है, भाजपा को लाना है। आपदा को नहीं सहेंगे, बदल के रहेंगे।
Prime Minister declaring state of war in Delhi. Kicking off BJP's poll campaign in the capital, the Prime Minister launched a blistering attack at the AAP party, calling it a disaster for the people of Delhi.
दिल्ली को आपदा में धकेल दिया। शराब के ठेकों में घोटाला, बच्चों के स्कूल में घोटाला, गरीबों के इलाज में घोटाला, ये आपदा दिल्ली पर आई है और इसलिए दिल्ली वालों ने आपदा के विरुद्ध जंग छेड़ दी है।
Next came the sheesh mahal attack on Arvind Kejriwal. While handing over 1,675 newly constructed flats under the Jahan Jhuggi Wahan Makan scheme, Prime Minister taunted the former Delhi Chief Minister.
मैं भी कोई शीश महल बना सकता था, लेकिन मेरे लिए तो मेरे देशवासियों को पक्का घर मिले, यही एक सपना था।
Kejriwal responded, listing out the Prime Minister's expenses.
2700 करोड़ रुपए का अपने लिए घर बनाने वाला, 8400 करोड़ रुपए के हवाई जहाज में घूमने वाला, 10 लाख रुपए के सूट पहनने वाला व्यक्ति, उसके मुंह से शीश महल की बातें अच्छी नहीं लगती।
Branding Arvind Kejriwal kattar baiman or brutally dishonest, the Prime Minister listed AAP's governance failures and alleged scams.
पिछले 10 साल से उन्होंने यहां की स्कूली शिक्षा व्यवस्था को बहुत नुकसान पहुंचाया है। दिल्ली वालों को गंदा पानी मिलता है। इस आपदा ने दिल्ली वालों के जीवन को टैंकर माफिया के हवाले कर दिया है।
The AAP party hit back at the Prime Minister in equal measure.
आज प्रधानमंत्री जी बोले दिल्ली में आपदा आई हुई है। कई बार उन्होंने कहा दिल्ली में आपदा आई हुई है, दिल्ली में आपदा। आपदा दिल्ली में नहीं आई, आपदा भाजपा में आई हुई है। 3 तरह की आपदा भाजपा में आई हुई है और जो काम दिल्ली सरकार कर रही है, शिक्षा में, स्वास्थ्य में, बिजली में, पानी में, महिलाओं के लिए, बुजुर्गों के लिए, उस काम को लोग आपदा नहीं, आशीर्वाद कहते हैं।
The countdown to Delhi Dangal has begun, and with Prime Minister breathing fire, the state of war is only going to explode. Bureau Report, India Today.
All right, let's dive straight into the big questions that we'll be asking on our discussion tonight. Is the BJP clearly going after AAP's Aam Aadmi image with the attack that Prime Minister Modi has fired today? But also for the BJP, with Arvind Kejriwal's counter, is there a worry of not having a face? No CM face. Is that a worry for the BJP? Is the BJP eyeing the crucial Jhuggi vote, the slum vote, with the announcement that was made and the inauguration of several apartments for slum dwellers in the national capital today by Prime Minister Modi? All right, let's introduce our panel for tonight. We've got Amitabh Tiwari, political analyst, joining us on this broadcast. Senior journalist Neerja Chaudhary is with us, RP Singh of the BJP and Jasmine Shah of the Aam Aadmi Party. Good evening to all of you. Thank you very much for joining us. I'd like to begin with Jasmine Shah of the Aam Aadmi Party. Mr. Jasmine Shah, you heard the Prime Minister's speech today, largely centred over non-stop attacks on Arvind Kejriwal, particularly over the CM House renovation, or sheesh mahal as he refers to it. With the BJP centering their attacks in the run-up to an election in Delhi over this issue, do you admit that, yes, this renovation has cost the AAP dearly, politically at least?
You go out in the streets and nobody seems to be caring about any of these issues which do not affect the day-to-day life of the people of Delhi. Delhi voter is a very smart voter. And today when Mr. Modi came and addressed the people of Delhi after 5 years, mind you, he did not have time to talk to the people of Delhi in these last 5 years, we expected that he will tell them what has he done, his government at the center has done in the last 10 years for the people of Delhi. You know and I know that Delhi is a half state. Half of the power is with Mr. Kejriwal and the state government. The other half is with the center. And what did they do in the last 10 years? Rather than talking about that, for almost his entire speech, he went non-stop on a rant against Mr. Kejriwal. You know, today they inaugurated some 1,700 flats for the slum dwellers. In 2020 elections, in BJP's manifesto, this is part of their official manifesto, they said we will give Pakka flats to all 4 lakh slum dwellers of Delhi by 2022. 5 years later, he comes and gives 1,700 flats and says कि बहुत बड़ा काम कर लिया. Today, he only did he laid the foundation stone for 3 colleges. Tell me, in 10 years, the Prime Minister could only marshal the resources to only lay the foundation stone. As against that, AAP has opened 3 new universities. We have set up 6 additional campuses. We've increased the number of seats in higher education from 80,000 to 1.6 lakh. We have built 22,000 classrooms. That is the real work.
We'll come to that. Jasmine Shah will come to that. Right now,
there is no accounting
on the criticism. Right now on the criticism of the CM House renovation, on the sheesh mahal, as the BJP puts it, is the Aam Aadmi Party on the back foot? Your very name of the party says Aam Aadmi. Nothing about that splurge says Aam Aadmi.
Absolutely not. What has he done? You know, there is an official residence of the Chief Minister of Delhi. And mind you, why is there no conversation about the 8,400 crore flight or the private airplane that the Prime Minister brought in? No previous Prime Minister spent so much on a private airplane. Why is there no conversation of 2,700 crores of renovation going at the Prime Minister residence? So, you know, it appears hilarious to me that somebody like Mr. Modi, who wears 10 lakh ka suit, comes and today the only allegation he has against Mr. Kejriwal is that aapne sheesh mahal bana diya. See, this is at the end of the day a person who has done no work, a party who has done no work for the people, and non-stop their only defense and argument to the people of Delhi is dekho inhone ye nahi kiya. And that too they lie right, left and center.
Look, is it fair to criticize Arvind Kejriwal on a renovation that he did for the CM House, not his private residence, for the CM residence? And then you've got the Aam Aadmi Party putting out all the numbers that Jasmine Shah has referred to about the expenses of the Prime Minister.
Akshita, thank you for inviting me, and I hope Mr. Shah won't intervene. I never intervened when you were speaking. I'll appreciate that he should not speak in between, because in the previous debate, in the moment I started picking up points.
We'll ensure that, Mr. Singh. Go ahead and make your point.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Now, let's talk about what has they done. I mean, that house which he has constructed has been constructed during Corona period without any approval of the required authorities. And that too, not even the proper plans were approved and no budgets were approved. Nothing was done. And it was being forced on the Delhi's taxpayers' pocket. He is talking about some 2,700 crore rupees. I give a challenge. Not a single penny has been spent on the Prime Minister house till now. It was only the parliament which has been constructed, which is the mandir of the democracy. So they can keep culling out figures which they have to cull out. But let's talk about what are the basic amenities which are required, which Prime Minister spoke about. And sorry, before that, he talks about the half state. When Delhi की assembly में खड़े होकर कहते हैं हम दिल्ली के मालिक हैं. I remember that debate. He was thumping his chest and saying हम दिल्ली के मालिक हैं. हम तय करेंगे दिल्ली कैसे चलेगी. So दिल्ली के मालिक should decide on Delhi. I mean, they talk about schools. 1.5 lakh children are dropped out from every year from class 9 and 11th from last 3 years. I'm sending you the RTI reply right now after I finish. Just to improve the result for 10th and 12th. just to prove the result of 10th and 12th.
Okay, we'll go
There has
into
been
all of that.
scams
Mr. RP Singh will go into all of that. My pointed question to you is about, this attack that Prime Minister Modi has fired at Arvind Kejriwal over the CM house renovation. And you've got the Aam Aadmi Party hitting back with data about the Prime Minister's expenses. This kind of levelling up on an official position, is that something that will go anywhere? Does that help in this political battle?
Akshita, I just now explained that it was done without any plan approval by the concerned authorities for building up a house at a place where he can't build that up, and globbling up the land which was not part of the house, the CM house. One. Secondly, also there were no PWD approvals, there was no budgetary approvals for that complete thing which he has done, 56 crore rupees without budgetary approvals.
Okay.
So that's the question. And I am again saying, please ask them to give a single account of 2,700 crore rupees, which they are talking about Prime Minister House, whereas it was just for the Parliament,
Let me bring in Neerja Chaudhary, senior journalist, also on this broadcast. Neerja, ma'am, what did you make of the Prime Minister's speech as he's kicked off the campaign for the BJP? The attempt by the BJP here seems to be to erode the image of Aam Aadmi from the AAP. Do you think that actually works on the ground, that will work for the BJP?
I think the BJP certainly will try. And whether it's Liquor Gate, whether it's Sheesh Mahal, those are weak points of the Aam Aadmi Party, where they are vulnerable. And of course, the Prime Minister's blistering attack against Kejriwal today, it shows that the Delhi election is going to be Narendra Modi versus Arvind Kejriwal. It's not going to be so much BJP versus AAP. So those lines are again become clear. Unlike the recent elections in Maharashtra and Haryana and the other states where it was a local leadership and the parties which were facing each other, it wasn't the national leadership that was, calling the shots in these state assembly elections. It wasn't the Prime Minister versus Rahul Gandhi at all. So it was Mahayuti leaders versus MVA leaders. So this, I think Delhi is acquiring a higher profile. That seems very obvious. And they want to make sure that Kejriwal doesn't come back to power. Now, Kejriwal has lost ground amongst middle classes, but his popularity remains intact in the jhuggies amongst the poorer sections. When you go to them and talk to women, they will tell you, yeah, हमारे बच्चे जाते हैं स्कूल में, केजरीवाल लेकर आया है. So that popularity does remain intact. And of course, Kejriwal doesn't have a new narrative this time. He's talking about all his all that his government has done in the past. So let's see how the thing develops. And BJP is going hammer and tong, also doesn't have a narrative about what it's going to do. It's going hammer and tong, as you absolutely rightly said, to destroy the image of Kejriwal as well as his party.
It's a battle of personalities, essentially, and ironic, really, that in a city, a national capital, where you've got so many civic issues, there's a dearth of issues that both political parties are able to actually find. Jasmine Shah, the question right now for the Aam Aadmi Party will be, are you able to really create a narrative? You've got the Prime Minister today saying that AAP has been a disaster for Delhi. You've had Kejriwal conceding that, yes, there are a couple of issues on which we haven't been able to deliver, the polluted Yamuna, for example.
Absolutely. Again, I'm going to answer your question. But, the primary responsibility of the center in Delhi is law and order. And today we know that the number of rape incidents in Delhi have doubled since the horrific 2012 Nirbhaya incident. We know the number of extortion calls that go on, the number of child kidnapping. I mean, Delhi has become the crime capital of India. There is no addressing even what BJP is doing about this. As far as our narrative is concerned, see, we take a lot of pride in the fact that Delhi has done things which nobody thought were possible, that government schools will perform better than private schools. Government hospitals and mohalla clinics will offer high quality care. Has everything been done in Delhi? Absolutely not. We would rather be honest rather than fake that, everything in Delhi has become a Vishwaguru or the best city in the world. We are admitting that the work on Yamuna is half done. Not that nothing has been done. A lot of work has been done in Yamuna. Today, for the first time, all the unauthorized colonies in Delhi are connected with the sewer system. No politician, no political party invested in that. In the next 5 years, we are promising we have a blueprint in place. We will clean Yamuna. We will take further stringent actions on air pollution. Today, Delhi has the highest number of electric buses in India, which is 2,000. We are planning to take it to 8,000 in the next 1 year. So, this also idea that middle class ke liye kuch nahi kiya, I think is a flawed concept. In terms of infrastructure, CCTV cameras, street lights, AAP government has built 38 flyovers in the last 10 years. In the previous 65 years, only 62 flyovers were built.
No, the
So
challenge
clearly a lot has been done,
Jasmine
but
Shah,
a lot also needs to be done.
what you referred to in your first answer, which is that whenever the AAP is pulled up about governance in Delhi, about development in Delhi, you point fingers at the centre. You say the centre is not allowing us to do anything.
No, I did not say that. For a moment, for not a single moment on your show, I'm not saying that. I am questioning BJP because BJP has a lot of power. They could have done a lot about Delhi. The only thing they have done is tried and stop AAP from working. However, they have failed. Today, we have made substantial progress. And for the next 5 years, we are saying our agenda is to make Delhi streets world class, to clean Yamuna, to act further on air pollution. We announced the Mahila Samman Yojana. 2,100 rupees to every woman above 18 years. No government in any state has launched such a universal scheme. We announced Sanjeevani, free healthcare for every senior citizen, irrespective of the amount of cost or in private or public healthcare.
Mr. RP
That is
Singh,
the agenda
Mr.
for
RP
future.
Singh, what's your response when the Aam Aadmi Party repeatedly says that, look, we have done what we can, we have ensured that we've delivered as much as we can and we promise to deliver more. Look, this whole centre versus Delhi government spat is something that's very public. It's been happening in front of every Delhiite right now. So they know that the central government also has a stake in how Delhi functions and how Delhi develops.
Well, let's talk about law and order because that comes under the center, but that's very specific. The gentleman named Naresh Balyan, who's the MLA behind bar nowadays, because he used to go in between the gangsters and the businessmen here. He will take the money, ransom money from the businessman and pass it on to the gangsters. And who was he? He was the Aam Aadmi Party MLA, and his wife has been given a ticket now this time. So this is the level of the Aam Aadmi Party talking about the law and order in Delhi. I mean, they are part of the gangsters who are operating in Delhi. So coming to the basic issues, as I told, 1.5, he has not answered that 1.5 lakh children are dropped out. I give a challenge, I'm telling you RTI just along with this, so that you can understand that this is the fact. Was there a scam of 65,000 tests being conducted, which were fabricated tests in the Mohalla clinic, only to make money out of the Mohalla clinic? Scam was there of the Mohalla clinic. Did the 3 children died because of wrong medicine being prescribed to the Mohalla clinic or not? Did the 3 IS aspirants died because of the bad CO system managed by Delhi MCD, which is managed by Aam Aadmi Party, and also by the government of Delhi, which is managed by Aam Aadmi Party now? So there are issues that they have to answer. But yes, they can keep spreading lies and they can keep spreading lies again and again. How is the air quality of Delhi from last 8 years now? They'll start pointing fingers at Madhya Pradesh, Rajasthan, UP, but they will not talk about
what has the central government also done about that, Mr. RP Singh? Look, today you had a slew of inaugurations happening by the Prime Minister. The criticism that's coming from the opposition repeatedly is that all of this development is timed to elections.
I'll give you the answer, please. The Eastern-Western corridor, periphery corridor, has been built by the central government to ensure that no trucks come to Delhi to avoid pollution in city. It was the Delhi government, it was central government budget. The Pragati Madaan and the Vasant Kunj and all those flyovers, underpass have been built by central government. I give a challenge to Mr. Shah. Name any one flyover which has started by the Delhi government led by Aam Aadmi Party, not by the previous government of Sheila Dikshit, which they have completed now. That's a separate point. So they can claim to whatever was done by earlier government or completed now, but not initiated by them.
Give me a second. And response. Also,
can I have another second?
I'll come back to you, Mr. Singh.
Asked one question.
Go ahead.
He asked one question. I said earlier that 38 flyovers have been opened by the AAP government. Just yesterday, the Punjabi Bagh flyover was inaugurated by our Chief Minister. I think Mr. RP Singh, like all the other BJP leaders, live in a cave. They come only with talking points, blind to the fact that Delhi has seen quite a lot of development in the last 10 years. Can today anybody dispute that, Mohalla clinics are catering to more than 2 crore of patients every year? Free medicine, free test. No other healthcare system in the country, comes close to what AAP has created in Delhi. On pollution also, AAP is the only government in the last 10 years that has shut down its thermal power plants, has moved all its industries to non-polluting fuels, has the largest fleet of electric buses in the country.
Jasmine, come on. We all live in Delhi. We all breathing the same air. So let's not pretend like air pollution has been addressed or dealt with in any manner in the last few years. We're all breathing this air. You're breathing it, I'm breathing it. We know what's happening.
Absolutely. Allow me to finish. And I think you're simplifying the point that I'm trying to make. It is CPCB data, not my data. CPCB data shows that the average PM 2.5 levels in Delhi have reduced by 35% in the last 10 years. Is that enough? Absolutely not. Lot more needs to be done. But tell me, when is the last time you heard Prime Minister Narendra Modi take accountability of the fact that 42 out of the 50 most polluting cities in the world are in India? And he has a plan of action against that. He stays mum on the issue of air pollution. He stays mum on the issues of crime, law and order. And that is the real account of a prime minister who today spent 40 minutes only ranting at a state chief minister rather than telling what is his vision for Delhi. What has he done for the last 10 years? And I think that clarity today is there in the Delhi voter, that BJP is nothing, but they only want to pull down, they only want to abuse, they have no vision for the national capital.
Let me bring in Amitabh Tiwari right now on this broadcast, who's been patiently waiting. Mr. RP Singh, I'll come back to you. I'll give you a chance to respond. Amitabh Tiwari, today we saw Prime Minister Modi also going ahead and inaugurating these slum redevelopment schemes, inaugurating apartments to ensure slum dwellers get these flats as well. There's clearly an attempt by the BJP to reach out to the slum vote, the Jhuggi vote as it's referred to. Do you think they'll be successful in really cracking that? Because that vote has been crucial really in deciding about 20 seats in Delhi.
Yeah, they could act as kingmakers because almost half of the population of Delhi lives in slums. So what happens is that a large portion of these voters vote for the BJP in Lok Sabha elections because they're beneficiaries of some of the other central schemes like a PM Awas or a Richard. But when it comes to the Vidhan Sabha elections, these voters tend to shift towards the Aam Aadmi Party because they are beneficiaries of some of these schemes, which is free Bijli, Pani, etc. What has happened over the last 10 years is that some of the families living in these Jhuggis have grown because some of the children of the people living there have married and the families have grown. So what has happened is that they have exceeded the consumption of the water as well as the electricity, and now they are being billed for the Bijli and the Pani. So free Bijli, Pani is no longer an issue for many of the people living in the slums of Delhi. That is number one. Number two, since Aam Aadmi Party has also won the MCD elections, the passing the buck on the BJP for the cleanliness, etc., is also not working this time perhaps. That's why we see that the party has adopted a soft Hindutva approach wherein they have announced a cash income support for pujaris and are also targeting the LG for allegedly raising some of the temples. So when Aam Aadmi Party talks about a 10-year rule, that's why perhaps they're talking about a 10-year rule, because they realize that the tenor of the performance under Kejriwal 2.0 is not as great as what was in Kejriwal 1.0, and that's why this deflection is sort of happening, and BJP also falling prey to that in a way that it is trying to project that it is the original Hindutva. BJP does not have a face, and it needs to find 70 faces to challenge AAP candidates in those seats, and it lacks preparedness because it has not come up with the list, neither with the manifesto promises, and most of the heavy lifting is left to the Prime Minister to do in Delhi. Important
point that you've made, Amitabh Tiwari. And as I close this debate up, closing comments quickly, Mr. RP Singh, the challenge for the BJP, as Arvind Kejriwal put it, is an AAPda. Three problems, really, essentially. One, with regards to the fact that you don't have a CM face, and also that, according to Kejriwal, you have no agenda.
Well, we have 214,000 Panna Pramukh who are working on ground from last 1 year. And then they are also working in Jhuggi clusters and even in the lower income group.
Well, who's on the ticket, sir? Who's the CM face? Do you have a CM face?
Can I complete? Please, can I complete? Just, we don't need a CM face like Arvind Kejriwal, like a liquor bottle, because everywhere he goes, the woman talks about liquor bottle, one with one free. I mean, that's how they acknowledge the Arvind Kejriwal as a CM face. So we don't want faces like Arvind Kejriwal, or we don't want to be seen like Arvind Kejriwal. And our party has contested election without CM face also. And then also that we are talking about agenda. Agenda is very clear that we'll provide for clean water to every household. I'm telling you today, we'll provide for good health service from without any category. Like they used to claim that the health services are free for everyone in city. Now they are cut it down to 60 plus. The Sanjeevani is for 60 plus. Go through the agenda of Mr. Kejriwal 3 years ago. Everyone can get free treatment. We are saying that we'll give you free treatment from the child being born till the time the person is alive. He'll get a free treatment citywide. Not like them that 60 plus or no. And also, they talk about buses, free buses. We'll provide 15,000 air-conditioned buses in city. They are only with 72, out of which 1,900 had been provided by the Prime Minister Modi. Also, not only that, last mile connectivity, which they failed on, which is the basic reason for pollution in Delhi. Give me another, it's very important, because which is the basic reason for pollution in Delhi. 42% in Delhi pollution is because of the vehicular pollution. If you have last mile connectivity, the vehicular pollution will go down immediately. And we are committing that we will provide you for a last mile connectivity.
All right. Closing comments, Jasmine Shah. Jasmine Shah, what's the AAP strategy really to counter anti-incumbency? Is there a failure to really get a clear agenda in this election for both the AAP and the BJP?
Absolutely not. If there is any party which is talking about its agenda, what will they do when they come back to power? It is actually only the Aam Aadmi Party. I'm actually glad to hear Mr. RP Singh talk about healthcare today, because this seems to be his personal ideas, because they've never been announced or spoken about by BJP platform. The Prime Minister should have said, I will provide free healthcare to every citizen of Delhi. He never spoke. He left it to Mr. RP Singh to come and talk on a debate. It shows that they have no vision, they have no agenda for the people of Delhi. It is only AAP, and people of Delhi very well know that if BJP, even if it by mistake or fluke they come to power, they will stop the free electricity, the free bus rides for women, for free water. They will ruin the schools and hospitals, because that is the track record of BJP in every state. In no state, Akshita, in 20 state governments that they rule, nowhere have the government schools or hospital system been transformed. The true legacy of BJP, and people of Delhi understand that.
Okay, all right. Mr. Singh, I don't have time. I just finally will get one comment from Neerja Chaudhary as well on how challenging it will be, ma'am, for really the Saffron Party, for the BJP to break the fort of AAP in Delhi. They're reaching out to, trying to get the Juggi vote. You're seeing also the Savarkar issue that's been brought up right now by Prime Minister Modi, laying that foundation stone for the DU Savarkar College. Do you think this is enough?
I think, the BJP is better placed this time than it has been in the last two elections. Number two, much will depend on how women vote, because women were a very crucial, decisive factor in the last two elections where the AAP did very well. Number three, much will also depend on how the Congress fares. Congress is not in the game by itself, but if its voter share goes up by 8 to 9%, Mr. Kejriwal is going to be in trouble, because that will mean that the minorities and the Dalits, a section of them are swinging to Congress. But if the Congress doesn't revive, then I think Mr. Kejriwal is more comfortable. But I would say in the end, one would have thought that this election in Delhi is so very important at the beginning of the new year, would help us focus really not as a slogan and a countercharge and a charge, but on the pollution in Delhi. People are slowly dying. Their lives are being cut short. And we want parties in Delhi to come up with an action plan of what they plan to do. Not say you are not doing this and you are not doing this. Tell us what you're going to do to get this right.
You've put it very, very well. And I think for every Delhiite watching this broadcast right now, and I'd say actually across the country, everyone, the first thing that comes up when you talk about Delhi is the pollution, the deadly smoke that all of us are unfortunately forced to breathe. And politicians cutting across political parties, have failed to deliver and actually crack down on pollution in the national capital. We hope that's really the thrust of the campaign for all political parties. We hope that's really the driving force of the poll narrative as well. But I'd like to thank everyone for joining us on this broadcast. Mr. RP Singh, Jasmine Shah, Amitabh Tiwari and Neerja Chaudhary, thank you very much for joining us here on the news today. Now, another issue that's been playing out in the national capital, a showdown over VD Savarkar. It's in the national capital because Prime Minister Modi laid the foundation for the Veer Savarkar College in Delhi University. The Congress is fuming. They're saying, why didn't you ensure a tribute? Why didn't you ensure that the college be named after late Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh instead?
A Delhi University college named after Veer Savarkar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi laid the foundation of the new college on Friday. The new Savarkar College has reignited all political showdown.
प्रधानमंत्री सावरकर जी के नाम पर कॉलेज बना रहे हैं। बड़े अदब से मैं कहना चाहता हूँ, प्रधानमंत्री जी आपने महात्मा गांधी के नाम पे कोई यूनिवर्सिटी बनाई है? महात्मा गांधी के नाम पे कोई कॉलेज खोला है? आपको सावरकर से प्यार है जिनका नाम गांधी के कत्ल में आया था।
वो लोग जो आज़ादी के आंदोलन में जिनका कंट्रीब्यूशन था, जो अपनी जान निछावर की थी, जो अपनी जानें दे दी थी, उन लोगों को कमेमोरेट करना चाहिए। जो ब्रिटिश गवर्नमेंट के साथ थे, जो उनके इन्फॉर्मर्स बने हुए थे, उनकी पेंशन ले रहे थे, उनको जो माफीनामा की चिट्ठियां लिखे थे, इस तरीके के लोगों को लेके वो लेजिटिमाइज करवाना चाह रहे हैं। लेकिन कुछ भी करें, इतिहास के पन्नों में जो दर्ज है।
The Congress, in fact, wants a college to be named after late former Prime Minister Dr. Manmohan Singh.
जहाँ तक मनमोहन सिंह जी का सवाल है, वो जितने बड़े अर्थशास्त्री थे उतने बड़े शिक्षा शास्त्री थे, यूजीसी के चेयरमैन रहे, और इस देश पर उनका एहसान है कि राइट टू एजुकेशन अगर किसी ने दिया है तो डॉक्टर मनमोहन सिंह ने दिया है। राइट टू एजुकेशन, राइट टू फूड, तो अभी ही उनका निधन हुआ था, उनके नाम पे रखा जाए तो एक अच्छी श्रद्धांजलि होती है।
Hindutva ideologue Veer Savarkar has been a polarizing figure in Indian politics. While the Congress claims that he was loyal to the British, the BJP has accused the Congress of disrespecting Savarkar.
कांग्रेस को इतना ही इंटरेस्ट है कि वो सुझाव दे दे हमें, 2-3 के नाम बदल देंगे हम, और एक नेहरू के नाम पे या राजीव गांधी के नाम पे या इंदिरा गांधी के नाम पे 2-3 जो इंस्टीट्यूशन है उनको बदलकर नरसिम्हा राव जी के नाम पर और मनमोहन सिंह के नाम बदलने की हम सुझाव देंगे, तो हम जरूर गवर्नमेंट के साथ बात करेंगे।
Congress has time and again accused the BJP of leveraging Savarkar's legacy and painted him as someone who played no role in India's freedom struggle. For the BJP, Veer Savarkar is one of India's most inspirational freedom fighters.
Now, this is just the beginning of the Delhi elections, and we will see fierce face-off taking place between the BJP and the opposition parties with regards to all the things that the BJP will do, with regards to the infrastructure projects that the BJP will come up in coming days. It is Veer Savarkar who's once again back in the political discourse with regards to the elections that will be held in the national capital very soon. With camera person Kripal, this is Aishwarya Paliwal reporting for India Today. And with that, time for me to slip into a very short break. On the other side, we'll get you details of the big showdown playing out in Tamil Nadu over the Anna University sexual assault case. Tamil Nadu BJP chief Annamalai will be joining me live.
Razr 50 Ultra comes with Google Gemini.
I don't read the news. I read between the lines to tell you the true version of events. The true story of our times.
To document grief, the toughest assignment for any journalist to be.
From those who matter.
Women politicians going to stick up for each other.
Of those who should matter. I document the truth. I don't distort the truth. I don't glamorize the truth. I don't gloss over the truth.
The ghosts of India's contentious medieval history have come knocking again.
I hustle for the truth. On the ground, in the newsroom, in the studio. I don't try to grab eyeballs.
I inform you to make you see the point.
To the Point with Preeti Chaudhary. At these times, only on India Today.
For the last 1 week, the Anna University sexual assault case has dominated headlines in Tamil Nadu. Days after the BJP state president K. Annamalai had flogged himself in protest, The BJP women's wing hit the streets in Madurai demanding justice for the victim. It was a justice rally that was planned from Madurai to Chennai but abruptly came to an end after BJP workers including Kushbu Sundar were detained, leading the BJP to accuse the DMK of shielding the accused but stopping any democratic protests from happening in Tamil Nadu. And joining us tonight on the news today is Annamalai, Tamil Nadu BJP chief. Mr. Annamalai, vanakkam. Thank you for speaking to us here on India Today. You've been leading the protests against the Stalin government over the Anna University sexual assault case. But what's the BJP's demand here, Mr. Annamalai, considering that the Stalin government maintains they immediately cracked the whip, the main accused was immediately taken into custody?
Madam, our demand is 5 demands we have. The first demand, Tamil Nadu has to become a safe space again for women and children. And this case is only the tip of an iceberg. It happened right in the heart of Chennai, 1.5 kilometers from Raj Bhavan. It is apparently the student's safe space. It is a space. And it is not immediately they arrested, madam. The incident happened on 23rd. The FIR was filed a bit late. Even the accused arrest did not happen immediately. That too, everybody knows. The accused has done a similar kind of offence in 2013-14. He has done close to 20 offences, one of the similar nature, 19 different offences. When the police says that we have done immediately, if they have taken immediate action in 2019-2020, this incident would not have happened. The second one we are demanding, the police accountability. FIR leaking, victim shaming, and every single thing, what a system should not do, everything they have done. We want accountability of the police. Number 3, the Honorable High Court has made an observation and an interim compensation of 25 lakh. We want the compensation to be increased to 1 crore for the girl. Because every private detail of the girl is leaked, right from her name to age to address, father's name, mobile number, everything. Number 4, the state government, after they came to power, they appointed a committee for police reforms. The committee is yet to give its report. So Tamil Nadu continuously, week after week, just last week in Ainavaram, a mentally challenged girl, 21 years, was raped by a group of people. Do you know what the police did, ma'am? They called the accused to the station, gave them a warning and sent them off. 2 days later, when the issue became big, then the FIR was this talking of raping 21-year-old girl, mentally disabled girl. We want what happened to that one-man commission, which is supposed to bring police reforms, bring it. That is number 4.
Okay.
Number 5, we want the government to take accountability. In this case, it is a DMK party functionary. We have given evidence after evidence. Still you deny. You haven't even suspended him from the party. At least take accountability in this case. These are our 5 demands, ma'am.
The Madras High Court, since you also mentioned the Madras High Court hearing in this matter, Mr. Annamalai, also referred to all the protests that have been happening, saying the issue is being politicized without any genuine concern, saying that, there are sweeping statements being made about law and order, about women's safety being compromised in Tamil Nadu. What's your response to that the protests are being politicized right now?
No. With due respect to the Madras High Court, ma'am, I always believe a political party's fundamental job is to protest in a democracy. Only through protest you bring out issue in the open. Only through protest a common man becomes aware of what is happening. India got independence by protest. India did not get independence by political party sitting in AC room. People came out and protested. But in this case, the Madras High Court's observation, I believe, is distorted by the DMK spokesperson. The High Court in the judgment has very clearly said the police is at fault. In fact, it wanted the Commissioner of Chennai Police action to be taken under the All India Service Rules for his press meets and disclosing certain things. It has awarded an interim compensation of 25 lakh. That is one part of the judgment. Second part is entirely different, where the police denied permission for a political party to protest. It wanted permission in a different place. The context is completely different. But I never believe or I never think the Madras High Court has stopped anybody from protesting. It can never do that also.
No, absolutely not. And you're well within your right to stage a protest. So but the Madras High Court is saying that this is being done merely for publicity. They've said that it's merely being done for media attention.
With due respect to the court, I disagree with the court on this matter, madam. With due respect, as a humble citizen, I disagree with the court's observation in this case. With due respect.
Okay, you've listed a number of demands that you've put forth, Mr. Annamalai, from the DMK government. The DMK, in their responses, repeatedly maintained that while this incident is extremely condemnable, they have ensured adequate action. As far as the FIR leak is concerned, there was also the police that came out and said that it was, something that they condemn. They even apologized for it.
Madam, the incident happened 23rd night. When was the FIR filed, madam? 25th. When was the accused arrested? After a public outcry happened, the accused was arrested. After the accused arrested, what has happened? Let's go through the episode. Let us rewind it, madam. More than the accused getting arrested, they were paying more attention for the FIR leak. Just 2 days back, in the Madras Corporation, a sitting DMK councillor stands up and speaks, which I have tweeted a video also. He says, the victim is at fault. Who said the victim to be in love with somebody? Who wanted the victim to be roaming with somebody? This is what a DMK sitting councillor speaks. The whole language of certain DMK members have become, the victim is at fault. The victim was at the wrong place, wrong time. What can we do? This is the general narrative they are trying to set. Nobody talks about him being a repeat offender. Nobody talks about 20 cases against the offender. Nobody talks about, in 2014-15, a case of the similar nature against the offender. Why did the police not monitor him? Kotturapuram is a very small station. Why can't they keep him in the check? Because a sitting Chennai minister goes to the accused home, he takes food. Mr. Ma Subramaniam, I'll tell the name of the minister, let them come and deny. We have released photographs where the minister and the accused home eating food. The sub-inspector will be escorting the minister to the accused home. Which sub-inspector will have the courage to keep this accused fellow in the rowdy register at the station for monitoring purpose, madam? When the DMK's official newspaper Murasoli publishes a report in which the accused name is mentioned with a party designation, how can they deny the accused doesn't belong to DMK? The accused functions in the Pavlavela functions, participates. Accused is roaming with all the ministers right up to the Deputy Chief Minister. Again, I'm asking you, madam, why is the Deputy Chief Minister, Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin, silent on this case? He hasn't opened his mouth. He was previously the syndicate member of the very same Anna University. Before he became a minister, he was a syndicate member. Let them release the minutes of the meeting. What did he do inside the syndicate committee of Anna University to make this place a safe place? They want to protect him. The moment he speaks, press will ask him, Anna, what happened when you were the syndicate member? They don't want the press to get that opportunity. They're protecting him. Why is Ma Subramaniam not coming out and speaking for every single issue?
Are you saying there's a direct link then?
The Chief Minister, instead of meeting the press.
Are you saying there's a direct link? Are you saying that accountability is with Udayanidhi Stalin in this?
Yes, 100% of course. He's a Deputy Chief Minister. He is living in Chennai. He was formerly a syndicate member of the same Anna University. He should have attended meetings of Anna University. Yes, at Anna University now they say they might not even have a post committee. Prevention of Sexual Harassment Committee place. What were they doing? A place with so many girl students. CCTV cameras are not functioning. 1.5 kilometers from Raj Bhavan. Supposedly the best university in the country. What has happened? Because they want to protect the image of Deputy Chief Minister so that he can be a CM material in 2026. They don't want this kind of things to come out. Why are they not speaking, ma'am?
Okay.
Is he not a syndicate member of Anna University? Such a big issue. Such a big issue. National level you have taken it up. You have given opportunity to every political party ruling and opposite to come and present their views. Why the Chief Minister not opening his mouth?
Okay, you're demanding that the Chief Minister should speak up.
When Amit Shah's speech in Parliament gets misquoted, for that they will do protest.
Okay, Mr. Annamalai, just days ago,
when Amit Shah, the Honorable Home Minister's speech got misquoted. I'm just making this point, madam. Sorry, very sorry, madam. When Amit Shah's speech in Parliament got deliberately misquoted by the DMK, DMK fellows did protest in Tamil Nadu. They stopped a train. The police gave security. When the BJP people wanted to protest, including our women members, were arrested and kept in cattle shed today. In Madurai, they have kept in cattle shed. Next to them, sheep were there. Is it not a draconian? Is it not the way Hitler functions? You have stopped a government train. DMK party members stopped a government train in Madurai. They sat in the track. No FIR filed. Police giving them security. In this case, we are doing a genuine protest. You are arresting them and dropping them in cattle shed in Madurai. What are they talking, madam? What are they talking about democracy? Where have all the paragons of democracy in Indian politics have gone, including Mr. Rahul Gandhi? Why are they not condemning it? Is it not a big thing? He has got time to go to Maharashtra and visit people. Why is he not coming to Tamil Nadu and visiting the victims' parents? Why is he not opening his mouth? So why do they have this double track way of looking at different things happening in different parts of India.
Okay, you're comparing...
Sorry, ma'am, I just broke the conversation. You were supposed to ask
No
me
problem. You're comparing Chief Minister's talent to Hitler, but days ago, Mr. Annamalai, you led a protest yourself where you went ahead and flogged yourself. You said it was to atone for the sins of the DMK government. Why did you decide to do that?
Madam, it's a long story. 3.5 years I am seeing this government. Coimbatore, suicide bomb blast happened. ISIS module. Till now, NIA has filed 3 charge sheets, arrested 14 people. They have busted a module. CM even now calls that as a cylinder blast. Even now calls as a cylinder blast, not a terror incident. This is my CM for you. Last week, in Chennai, Ayanavaram, 21-year girl, mentally retarded, got raped by 7 people. Do you know what the police did, madam? They called the accused to the police station, warned them, don't repeat this again, and let them off. Please check the media reports. After the issue became big, they filed an FIR and arrested. This is my state for you. This is the state of law and order for you. Now this happening. Now how long do we be tolerating, madam, in this age of media, management, ruling party controlling their own television channels? They believe till the next issue happens, this issue people will forget. The next issue happens, people will forget that also. I believe the system has failed. In my part of my culture where I live, the village that I belong to, Lord Muruga followers, we whip ourselves, including my grandfather used to do it. That we believe is the extreme form of penance, where you take responsibility for what is happening outside, even if you can't control what is happening. So what can we do, madam?
No, I'm familiar with the practice. I know that there was a lot of criticism also that you faced over it. But there were some who said, Mr. Annamalai, that this seems to be a publicity stunt. That yes, it's a practice that many devout Lord Murugan devotees follow. It's a form of penance, as you said, but done in private, done to ensure that penance. So what's your response to everyone who says that, look, this was a publicity stunt by Mr. Annamalai?
No, you don't understand. Why should I care about others' opinion? I never cared about others' opinion in my life. I always did what is right for me, what I felt in the heart, what is right for the party. And these are politicians living in ivory towers. When somebody like Mr. Karthik Chidambaram criticized it, he said in the Tamil media, what does he know about village? A person born in Karaikudi with 5,000 acres of land, even when getting arrested by ED, showing his hand, smiling and walking into that prison, he will never know what self-dignity is. He will never know what self-respect is. I maintain my village roots. My father and mother stay there. I stay there. Only for this position, I'm living in Chennai now. We feel others' pain. We are empathetic to them. Even if it's a girl, I have a 4-year-old child. I can only tell my child, please go to Anna University. But as a parent, I can't even control what is happening inside Anna University. So the elite politicians who are tweeting, oh, this is this, it is that, they've never seen a village in their life. We are talking of era in politics where Tamil Nadu minister, I can show you footage, when he wants to cross a water, his PA carries his chappal. We are talking of age of politics where people want to steal your chappal. That is the way politics is now, where I want to forgo my chappals. So I never cared about what others thought about me. I will never care in the future also. In the heart, you believe something, you do for it, ma'am. Simple. And here I am very happy that I am the brother to that victim. Full stop, madam. If the victim has a brother, what pain the brother goes through, I am going through it. As simple as that, ma'am.
Okay, so you're saying there's no politics behind it. This is a push for justice for the victim and nothing more. Mr. Annamalai, thank you very much for joining us here on India Today.
Thank you, madam. Thank you, madam.
And that's all we have time for in this edition of the news today. Thanks very much for watching. I'm leaving you with our good news story of the day. A hospital in Chhattisgarh celebrating a milestone of 30,000 pediatric surgeries for heart patients through their gift